Council on Aging chats. I'm Jimmy Lewis, the Director of Grants and Communications for the Council on Aging, and I have with me today Miss Olivia Hayden, who's the Fitness and Wellness Activity Specialist. I think I have that right.
Just close enough.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that she was able to take time out of her day today to be with us. We're just gonna bounce some ideas off of each other back and forth. But the main reason why we're here today is we're just going to start a discussion that popped up. Olivia, one of your areas of expertise being fitness and wellness. The COVID-19 pandemic, unfortunately, it's been with us since March of 2020, and in one way or another, it's just it's going away, but it's not going away. If that makes sense. And with that, our senior population that we serve, we reopened our centers to them, but during that time, I mean, during that time, seniors are isolated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to get out. But they're starting to come back into the centers now.
Right.
What have you seen? Have they been eager to come back and kind of reconnect physically and emotionally?
Oh yeah, and they want more too. So I teach a class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they're begging me to open it up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just begging me. And I'm just, it's my expertise is the physical aspect, but the social is there as well, and just being with people. And they've been isolated, and I've seen that they've lost a lot of muscle over time, and they've gained some weight, and just getting back into the routine. Like, I thought it would be a little bit harder for them. It's not. They want to come. Rain, shine, snow, sleet, they don't care.
And really, they're like you said, they're eager to get back, and just all this time just isolated. It's not just the senior population; it's all of us. But it just seems like it hits the senior population harder for some reason.
It does, yeah. And so they're already isolated enough. When you get older, I guess you don't hang out with friends as much. Some people can't even drive, so the bus is bringing them here to use our exercise machines or to do a class really helps them too. And we got back in here July 7th, I believe. So we've been doing some exercises with them, and we try and do like a 30-minute exercise with the congregate members as well. But they ask for it all the time. So.
And really not a moment too soon for them. I mean, when the centers opened up in July, I think everybody was excited.
Oh yeah, everyone was excited to be here. At first, they were just, excited to be here, just to be able to come and see their friends and see, the workers here. They became friends. The staff, we're all friends with the seniors. They make us laugh. We make them laugh. But now they, if we don't get exercise, or if I'm running behind, they're like, when are we going to get our exercise? So they're always asking for it.
You have not been here too long, I want to say.
Right, June. June is when I'm
Okay, well,
here.
all right. So you were able to be here when the center reopened.
Right.
What was the most important thing in terms of their fitness level and just their strength coming back in off of COVID and being able to do activities again? What did you focus on?
The focus was really getting them back to where they were, because they lost so much muscle. They didn't lose their drive. They still have that, but a lot of them did lose muscle, and they complained about aches that they didn't have before. And just a place where they could come and feel comfortable working out was the main goal, because you don't really want to go into a really crowded, heavily gym when there's a lot of younger people in there just huffing and puffing and trying to lift really heavy and things like that. Really, they just want to get back and do what they can for them. So.
And did you notice that fitness levels were kind of down? But you kind of expected that, didn't you?
I did expect that. But before I got here, Jackie and all the staff, Liz, taught some classes. They did stuff online, which really helped maintain some strength. But all the seniors say and the staff, there's nothing like being here with the group setting. It's completely different, and it's more motivating when you have your friends doing the same thing. So.
How big is the social aspect for them? I mean,
Oh.
you can try to keep it up when you're isolated
Mm-hmm.
and staying at home, but you have to get back among people. I mean, that's one part of it.
Right. So that, honestly, I think they just go hand in hand, the physical and the social. They missed their friends a lot. And a couple of them would come up here and walk with friends and stuff, and they try to stay on the phone, and they learned how to do the online stuff. So they got better with some technology, but yeah, they're social. They are. That's why I love them like I do.
Particularly the group we serve, Zoom has its limitations, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, and it's hard, and sometimes like the internet would go out, or we couldn't get someone on, or it's just hard to do that. I mean, we tried to reach as many people as we could, but some people still technology is difficult, so it's even difficult for me. You were doing pretty well with it, but I'm bad, so I can see how the struggle there, what the struggle is with the seniors for that. So,
what were they most excited about when they
came back?
Yeah.
I think just being here with their friends, the social aspect, the social is huge for them, and then the physical also, and then their food. They love the food.
Mm-hmm.
They like the food, yeah. So just everything they want even more. So we used to do trips, and they asked for that, and the senior center here really tries to what's the word I'm looking for? Really reach all different disabilities and things like that for them.
Well, when you're dealing with a situation, not just seniors coming back off COVID, but just working with various challenges and disabilities and what have you, how do you construct an exercise program to fit them? Because everybody has
at different levels.
One challenge or another.
Right. Everyone is at different levels, and a lot of times in classes you always see that. What I try and do is always offer modifications for everyone, and you can't get too ahead of yourself. There are people in my classes that can do more than others, but I tell them and I remind them, do what is best for you. You're not competing with anyone but yourself. You're trying to make you better. And a lot of times that's all they need. Like they know that this isn't a competition. I'm not trying to be better than the person beside me, and we all motivate each other to do better. So,
did anybody want to come back in off of COVID and overdo it, or were they just trying to get back into the swing of things?
I think they were just trying to get back into the swing of things, and we started slower. We tried to build up. We didn't just try to throw in what they were doing before they left, because like you said, it had been, 2 years will be in March, right? So it had been a year and a half, a little under that, but yeah, so we just built back up, and that's what we're continuing to do. And I think they did pretty well on their own too. Like a lot of them, especially the ones that I've seen, they tried to get out and walk and just do things like they'll tell me when they were watching their favorite show during commercial times, they would just get up out of the chair and sit back down. And so I think that's pretty awesome that they care about themselves and the muscular endurance and strength that they have. So
did it really feel like we were away for a year and a half?
It flew by, but so I wasn't here a lot of the times, but around here, the staff, we missed the seniors. Like that's what makes our entire day. So when you look at it from that aspect, it was a long time, but.
And certainly that's not lip service. I mean, we interact with our seniors every day. I mean, they are why we do what we do.
Yes, exactly. So.
Well, you going back to the exercise component. What was the easiest part about coming back off of COVID when the centers reopened?
The easiest part. Honestly, it just felt normal. Like we saw them and we were so happy, and we're all trying to give hugs, but with COVID, we're trying to also be like,
air hugs. Right?
Yeah, air hugs. We're like air fives, air hugs. And we're just a big. I feel like a lot of them are like my family. So I really do enjoy my seniors and the classes. We have a good time. So it wasn't really hard to pick up where we left off. I think it just all kind of flowed in. So
Did you have to kind of modify it coming back off of COVID a little bit? Did you still had to take some precautions, right?
oh right, yeah. So even now in our exercise class, we do have to wear the mask. We continue to do that. All the seniors are vaccinated, so we're trying to, keep it safe here. And then if you have signs or symptoms of COVID, we ask that you stay home, please. So we do, and hygiene, wash and wear your mask, social distance, things like that. So even in class, we try and sit people a little further apart and things like that. So.
Well, after coming back to the center, what's a typical day like for you? Let's say we have strong and fit with Olivia on the calendar. What's a typical day for you?
Okay, strong and fit with Olivia.
Yeah.
So that's 9 to 10, and
Sign up now.
Yeah, so it is a good time. We have fun, and the ladies in that class are hilarious. It was just all ladies. We finally got us a man in there, and he keeps us on our toes. He's a pretty hilarious guy. But when we get in there, we do our warm up. We do about 10 minutes. If it's really cold out, we'll do a little bit more, and now with it getting colder, we'll do our warm up, and then we go into our cardio, and they love the cardio. They get mad at me sometimes because I always say one more, just one more. And then we either focus on mainly legs one day or mainly arms, but we hit both every single day. And then we do a little bit of ab strengths. We use dumbbells and the stretch bands. I don't know if you've ever used those or not.
Have them in my closet.
Yeah, I love them. So one of my seniors' favorite exercise, well, it's one of my favorite exercises, is the pull apart with the band. So you hold the band and you pull as far as you can, and then you bring it back in. And we do like a little game with that and see how far we can pull them apart. And then we do our cool down. We talk for a little bit. I'm the DJ, and they request songs, and I'll play whatever they want. So right now it's a lot of Christmas music. But
are you ever surprised with the kinds of gains they make strength-wise?
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, the coolest thing is watching their balance get better, because we do what's called a tandem stance, and I can show you if you'd like, but it's one foot is in front of the other, and you're trying to stand straight, and you're trying not to hold on anything, but we do have a chair there just in case you need to. And where we started, standing there for like 10 seconds at a time and then switching, we're up to like 40 seconds now, and some are even more so than that. So the balance to me is just amazing. And then when I hear people say, my leg, I can feel a difference in my leg, or a couple of women went out of town for Thanksgiving and they missed 4 or 5 classes, and they could already tell a difference. They're like, I need this, like I want this. So it's cool, and it's worth it when you hear things like that. It's pretty exciting.
I heard you also oversaw some swimming classes in the summer.
I did teach some swimming classes. That was actually my first class that I taught here. Jackie, she helped me a lot. She's amazing. She's the activities specialist at the Eastern Center. And she helped me a lot there. I was pretty nervous to get in front of the crowd. You wouldn't tell it now in my class, but I was very nervous. And that was really fun. It was actually an arthritis aquatics class. So we do smaller movements. We do big movements as well, but we really focus on hands and wrist circles. We do some neck stuff, full body exercises, and that's a really fun time. That's a treat for the seniors, getting in the pool.
Yep. And also, you can take this time to plug your Jerry Fit class coming up.
Oh, Jerry Fit, yeah. Come join that. It's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays starting next week. And that is a lot of like weightlifting type things. So it's Tuesdays, Thursdays at 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 is what we're going to say. It's really a 45-minute class, but like we said, the social is always a good time. So we like to talk a little bit before class, and then always during class, and then a little bit after. And it's fun. You have a good time. You meet people, and you're gaining some muscle. So it's pretty fun. And if you have any questions about that, you can always call up here and ask for Olivia. It's me. So
Do you ever get interrogated on who your favorite college basketball team is?
Oh, a little bit, but well, really, it's when I wear my Duke hat. Go Blue Devils. They'll
I'm leaving.
either, I know, right? They will either boo me or applaud me. I get more boos. I think more people are Tar Heel fans. Are you? State?
I will go with what you're wearing.
ECU.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we both went to ECU. That's right. Yeah. Wow.
I'll tell you, at the agricultural center for our Thanksgiving event, I was helping pass out turkeys to some of our recipients, and I won't say I was cornered, but I was more or less interrogated by one of our seniors, and her question to me was, Duke, Carolina, or State? And I had to look at her and say, none of the above.
Yeah, ECU, baby. Yeah.
But at any rate, we love them all the same.
Yeah, we do love them all the same. They might have not so great choices in teams, but we do love them the same. I actually want my class to do, at ECU when you do purple and the other person says gold. I'm gonna get my seniors to do that in my exercise class. So we're gonna see how loud we can get.
Well, again, heading back to the exercise component. What's the most challenging part of your day sometimes? Just is it hard seeing one of our seniors struggle?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I want to invite them to class, but some can't, make it because they are a busing congregate. So honestly, the hardest part is I have an exercise class from 9 to 10 a.m. and the Western group comes Mondays and Wednesdays. And the hardest part is just getting up here between 10 and 10:30 before our activity starts at 10:30 and doing a little something with our seniors, the congregate members, because they want it too. And it's really hard because I'm rushing to get up here and then I have to get ready for, the activity, whatever that may be, if it's bingo or speakers coming in. So I'm trying to set up for that. So that is probably the hardest thing. And then when I can't meet that and I can't make that, it is tough on me because I know how bad they want it. So
what can they do to prepare themselves for class outside of this setting? What can they do to make sure they're prepared? What can they do at home? I mean,
especially with it getting cold and stuff, because a lot of my seniors love to walk, and some of them will walk like 3 to 4 miles a day, and I'm like, wow, you're doing awesome. It's awesome. Things at home that I tell them to do, because a lot of them will tell me about their TV shows, and I'm like, okay, well, during commercials, what are you doing? Are you just getting up and sitting down? And the ladies in my exercise class, they'll tell me all the time that they work on the balance, that tandem stance that I was telling you about. They work on that at home, and they'll find themselves just doing like little finger things or wrist things, or doing a stretch I taught them, and that always makes me feel well. But things at home, you don't need a set of dumbbells if you can't afford, or you just don't feel comfortable using them. If you do have them, you can always do some bicep curls, shoulder press. If you can't go overhead, you can always do some lateral raises or frontal raises. That will work the shoulder as well. But really, it's all about just moving at home, even cleaning or just getting up to cook or something healthy. But anything that involves moving and just being active is always a good thing.
And resistance training is a big thing as well, because that helps build your strength and
your muscle mass, right? Yeah, and you do need that. And as we get older, we tend to lose that. I think it's 1 pound of muscle after 50 years is what we lose, and a lot of the times it's lower body is what we lose. So you staying strong and having more muscle mass is great for just getting around, being able to live independently, and it prevents falls. So a lot of times when you're weaker, you can slip and fall, and that can decline a lot health-wise. Other times it can just be, you missed a step or something. I'll miss steps, so I fall sometimes. So.
Yeah, and unfortunately, falling is a is a risk factor as we get older.
It is.
But here again, that's why these classes and these sessions are so important, because if you're able to do your resistance training and build your strength up, you can protect yourself against these falls.
Yes, you want to protect yourself. And a lot of times when you're doing steps to be, mindful of what you're doing physically, you'll be mindful of other things. So when I'm exercising regularly, which I do, I'm eating better normally. So that's also pretty wonderful. Yeah, I always tell them to eat their veggies and their fruits and to drink water. So they tell me that I drink like a fish, but I don't know if fish even drink. So
it's funny how that goes. That goes hand in hand. When you're exercising better, you're eating better. It just seems like the total package is coming together.
Right, you just feel better. You have more energy. That's another thing. My early morning ladies, they love that the class is early in the morning because it gets them up, it gets them moving early, it gets them out of the house. And then it just, jumpstart their day so they can do whatever else for the rest. I am starting the afternoon class for the night owls, not the morning people. So I'm a night owl, so that class is going to be fun.
Well, what other classes or offerings do you want to take this time to plug that we haven't discussed?
So we are going to offer a arthritis class, and as soon as Jerry Fit is over, that's when we're going to try and plug that in. So that should be around beginning of February or mid-February, and that is a great class for people that have some arthritis issues with knees or hands. Just the movements will help you not be so stiff, and hopefully relieve some pain. And then the strength and conditioning is what we do with the congregate members, and that's a 30-minute exercise. And that one's also really fun. That's a big group, so they are pretty funny. They some of the things we talk about, I don't know.
Is it appropriate for a family channel?
I don't know about that. Some of them can get pretty wild in there. Like we said, it's about the social and having fun, so we have a good time.
Well, what's the biggest thing seniors can do to really maintain their strength? Because we talked about the resistance training, and you really don't need a lot to have a good resistance workout. Maybe
really
lean up against a door. I mean, use resistance bands, tie them to a door. I mean, you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of expensive equipment to do well.
You don't need a lot at all. And if you are in need of one, I think we have some extras. You can always check and ask, or at least see how you like it, and I'll be happy to show you any kind of movements if you were to come up here. And really, you don't even need a resistance band. You can do arm circles. I mean, the arm circles right here, you don't think it looks tough, but if you do these long enough, your arms are heavy. And then just some squats or calf raises. I love calf raises. They're one of my favorite exercises. So
I'm going to veer slightly off topic here. Do you drive a Subaru?
I want one.
You want one?
I do want a Subaru.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. Why'd you ask that?
Well, there's a very good reason why. Because we are in the midst of the Subaru Share the Love campaign.
Oh.
Yep. For the 14th straight year, Subaru of America is taking the holiday season to donate to a variety of charities across the country, including
a Christmas miracle.
That's right, including Meals on Wheels America. In the 14th year since 2008, Meals on Wheels America has donated more than 2.5 million meals to America's seniors, and since the program began back in 2008, they have donated over $200 million to various organizations across the country. So that is a heck of a job from Subaru. And if you happen to be in the market for a vehicle this holiday season, head on into a Subaru, and if you designate Meals on Wheels America as your charity of choice when you purchase, Subaru will donate $250 to Meals on Wheels America.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
again, if you're in the market, this holiday season, definitely consider a Subaru.
Yeah, thank you, Subaru.
Yes,
That's
thank
awesome.
You. Thank you, Subaru.
And I do want one,
You do
actually.
want one?
That is funny, yeah. I think they're like the adventure car.
Really?
Yeah. Get out and about, go hiking or camping with my little Subaru.
Yeah.
So
You think that's gonna be your next car?
it is gonna be my next car.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the forest green. So I've already looked into it.
Okay.
I think a Forester is what it's called, but I'm not a car guru. But I do want a Subaru.
Yeah, you just know you want one for the adventure aspect.
Yeah, I love them, and they're nice, and they're spacious, but they're small enough that I can, still get around, scoot down the road.
There you go.
So I don't need something big now.
Yeah, I've always liked smaller cars myself because when I'm on the road, I'm responsible for less weight.
Exactly,
So,
and then when you're parking,
uh-huh.
and then don't get me started on parallel parking. I can't do it.
We won't go there.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No,
So.
it's not a good thing at all.
No, it's not good, and I don't have a backup camera, so I would like one of those.
Really?
I don't have a backup camera. Isn't that wild?
Mm.
Most everyone does nowadays.
Yeah, I was like that way for the longest time in my last car, but the last car I got has a backup camera now, so I'm good
So
for
my
it.
dad has a backup camera, and it's right here, and he's still backing up. And I said, "You got one right here?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't trust that thing."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Okay, well, that's that."
But going back into it, what have you learned about yourself during this pandemic time, and what have you learned, and how have you applied it to your work here at the council?
So definitely what's the word I'm looking for? The biggest stretch I've made is the public speaking aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not shy once you get to know me. I actually am very talkative. Like, my family thinks I can be loony at times. But like you said, the aqua class, the pool class, going there, I was so nervous. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I studied my hands and my motions and the exercises in front of the mirror. I was so nervous. But the seniors they were like, "Don't be nervous. This is a no judgment zone." And I'm just like, "Wow, thanks." And they would give me pointers, and I take constructive criticism very well. So they would let me know what I needed to do, and I took that and I listened. And now we just have fun. Like, my public speaking skills have gotten way better. So that's always good, because I was always pretty slack in that area. Another thing that I've learned about myself, when I first went to college, I actually wanted to work with children. I did try it for a little bit, and they were fun, and we always had a good time too, but they didn't want to talk as much about, life and just whatever. And now that I'm with seniors, and they're always talking to me and giving me advice, and I ask them questions like that I would ask, my mom or a grandparent or my sister, and they always give me honest answers, and it's always really fun. So I know this is where I want to be. Yeah,
and they legitimately made you feel welcome, and that was the big thing. They were always looking for a conversation.
That's all. And it's funny because a lot of the seniors in my pool class were teachers, so they kind of knew, and they could kind of read me, and they just helped me, and oh man, I love them. I just love them. But yeah, so I did learn those two things about myself for sure. And then also I learned that growing older and having those more birthdays, it's fun. They have a great time. They're the same, they want to joke around and have fun, and it's all good, clean fun, and it's nice. I look forward to living and learning, and I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe. Never mind. But
well, if people slept through this presentation, I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
But
should
not. But what's one thing you would like a viewer to take away from this discussion today?
Takeaway, I would say always try to be physically active. If that's hard for you, Try and do it with a buddy or a friend. Doing something is always better than nothing. And it's not just for physical, it's for your energy, it's for your your health. There's just so many things that physical activity can do. It can lower blood pressure, it can help your cardio endurance, your muscular strength, socialization skills if you're doing it in a group setting. A lot of things. And if you need help, ask. There's always someone that will help you. I'll help you. So Jimmy would help.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly would, but she's probably more fit than I am.
Well, he can refer you to me.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Well, folks, thank you so much for taking a half hour of your day to listen to listening to chatting with the COA. We will have more of these at intermittent times. I'm Jimmy Lewis. She's Olivia Hayden.
Woo.
Have a good rest of your Thursday.
Happy December 2nd.
Happy December 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
All right, take care, guys.
See ya.